first of all, I'd like to say yes, thank you very much, Missy Day, because without Missy, this would not be happening. And I have to say that for me, I would like to share about, and I'll be more than happy to share my age. I'm going to be 67. And I have to tell you, I'm really proud of it, and I tell everyone how old I am. Because, gosh darn it, I worked hard to get where I am today. So the first thing I want to talk about is all the different things that I have done through my life. And I can tell you that I'm not one of those. I'm a baby boomer who grew up with you should be 40 hours a week and you work till you die. You try to get a retirement, but as we could see what's happened here in our recent history, a lot of people work 40 years and lost their retirement, which is a very sad thing because they worked all their life, that was their goal, that's all they ever thought about. Well, I can tell you that I never thought that way. My father was a fireman, speaking of firemen, and my mother was a housewife. And during that time, not only did I respect my father for what he did, he also helped raise his brothers and his sister because of the fact that his mother died when he was young and his father was an alcoholic. My mother was an awesome person who her father was an alcoholic and used to beat them. He was a gambler. He did all those things. So they were bound and determined to make a family and a wonderful home for us. So in my mind, what I wanted to do, I wanted to pursue whatever it was that I felt I wanted to do. Do you remember when you were a little boy or a little girl and how you would dream and you would visualize what it is you wanted to be when you grow up? And you would say to yourself, well, in my case, I wanted to be a nurse. Most girls my age at that day and time wanted to be a nurse, which is a 40-hour-a-week job, right? But I wanted to care for people because my father was that way. My father was a very loving, caring man. And he was one of those that even after he retired as a fireman, he was the person giving money on the weekends to that homeless person that was standing on the street corner. But for me, I started in retail. Then I went into medical. Then after medical, I got divorced. I was single 10 years. In between all of that, I had a very verbally abusive husband and a really rocky life. I went through a lot of experiences, which I could tell my story too, but I have 10 minutes. So I went from there, from being in the medical field to then I decided on a whim, I got remarried. That was another love story. Met in January, engaged Valentine's, and married April 15th. We've been married 23 years. So I went from that. He said, let's buy a restaurant. I said, sure. Anything anybody brings to me, I go, sure. So that's where I have been. I've not only gotten into the restaurant business, we ended up selling that. We redid that, and we got a gas station convenience store, built it from scratch, and I helped get the restaurant together. It was a 50s diner as a drive-through in the convenience store and car wash. Went from there to, that's when I decided to be a flight attendant. My girlfriend said, let's be flight attendants. And I said, sure, like I always do. So I went off to go to training. I had just gotten married. I'd only been married 2 or 3 years, and my husband at the time was very supportive. After he saw how often I was gone, it was maybe a little bit of a different, a little challenge there. But all these experiences have been so inspiring to me and have gotten me through, just like Rhonda was saying, things come to you and you sometimes don't realize when you need to move on. So I'm a very loyal person, And when I'm with a job or I'm with doing something, I am so loyal that I don't get out of it when I should. So I'm going to tell you, just from experience, let it go. The minute that you feel something that you're being drawn to, go to it. Because that's what somebody is leading you there. Now, I'm spiritual. I believe that God is the one that is bringing me to each single person I meet. Every moment that I am in a room with people like you who've inspired me today, don't stop and hesitate. Go, follow whatever that is. Even if it means that you have to let go of something that you really don't want to let go, because it will always take you to a better place. Now I am doing a show with Missy. Who would have thought? Missy said, would you like to do that? Sure. There we go again. I would have never done that before, but I'm always up for a challenge. And I'm one of those people that my cup is half full, not half empty. And so I'm always looking at whatever it is, it has to be a good opportunity. Somebody is leading these people to me to get me started in a new place. I'm not going to stop doing that. It keeps bringing me to the next thing in my life, the next adventure. Right now I'm doing consulting. I'm teaching people about networking. I love helping people do that because I hated the fact that I was so nervous and I hated speaking in front of people. Well, guess what? That's what I like to do now. I could speak, give me another 1,000. I want to share what it is that I have to say so that people know, just like all of you have told your story, you want to help people. You want them to see that they're not the only one that feels that way. Well, that's what I'm doing. And I have many more plans to go with it. And I have to say that I really enjoyed being here and sharing this with you because after we hear all these stories, they're so motivating and inspirational, but they bring us sadness too because they touch us. I'm bringing you something that is going to make you feel inspired, but also to see that you can get past all the bad stuff and think about nothing but what it is that's going to bring you, even at your dying breath, happiness. Thank you.